Hello everybody, my name is Archer, and welcome to the Warden demo. This is a game I knew about on Steam because I followed the devs posts every now and then, and I wanted to give the demo a shot and then maybe pick it up, but we marvel at the serenity of the forest and crave the shroud of its silence. Yep, it is the demo, but I wanted to just get that in there because great set piece. Anyway, so we're gonna jump straight into it. I'm gonna do a lot of reading, so get ready to hear my voice a lot for this, but, you know, more than usual anyway. Everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. Road Wardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and, if possible, get rid of the beasts and the highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. I still have... What happens if I have my doubts? it just brings you back. I better check my bundles. I think my horse has a cold. I should practice with my ex. Okay, I leave the safety of the city walls. That's cute. I like that. Ooh. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices. No sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and, pebblers? Pebblers, but not the beast folk, nor trolls. And the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavy. It had a long day. Around for shelter, I need to look around cautiously, dismount and sneak into the gate, or let's look around cautiously. Considering the noise, you doubt that anyone has noticed the clatter of hooves. The short, dry grasses barely cover the arid soil of the valley, but you're maybe a minute away from the edge of the sparse woods, which get denser as they climb up the hills. At best, this trail has a few more years before getting overgrown for good. Hard to believe it's the only route north. Let's see. Sneak to the gate. Let's peek inside the gate. Your heavy boots hit the ground with the pain of a long ride finally catches up to you. You stretch out, bringing your backs and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Take care of yourself. If you're hurt or exhausted, some actions won't be available. The weaker you are, the higher chance you'll die. Gotcha. Approach the gate. If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space, and the fire pit is cold. 2 people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice the quiet humming. You recognize the melody of a light-hearted drinking song from the city harbor. They don't look like much of a threat I can enter. It takes them a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of a hand, and there are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace, with a head covered in iron, hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. Take a look at the second soul. Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary yet kind, and she smiles at you. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these 2 surely look the part, though there should be more of them. 8, you believe. Let them speak. It's nice to see an unarmed traveler in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a tiny bit hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong, yet timid. Well, I'm not really doing that a good justice, but you'll be staying the night with us, I guess. We're soldiers, he and I, adds the armored woman. Her moment switches from half asleep to relaxed. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you were to take the first watch, it would be a huge help. Travelers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say? You think for a moment. To fully rest, you need a good sleep. Leave it to me. Fantastic. She rubs her hands together. I don't remember the last time I had more than half a night of sleep. The hours before midnight should be the calmest. Just wake us up if anything happens. The man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug. Asks them about their lieutenant. Wonder how to phrase it. Interesting. Friendly, playful, distracted, intimidating, or vulnerable. Whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting attitudes. We'll do... How do we want to be? They've been friendly to us. We could try and be, hey, how's your lieutenant? No, not playful. Where do you, lieutenant? Okay, we'll do friendly. No, let's see. Can I select difference? Oh. Sure, you're busy, so you could... Okay. I'm looking for your lieutenant. The woman lets out a loud sigh, dusts off her gambeson, and steps towards you. She pays little attention to the sword at her side. We most definitely can, you and I. Though, holding this rank is still somewhat new to me. Are you a messenger? Did you lose your mount? She observes you with curiosity. Or are you looking for help? I'm your new road warden. My horse is waiting outside. Really? The soldier in the short leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece all by yourself. And then, better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant. We have no hay, but I bet it dreams of dropping its saddle. Long pause. I'm Tolia, by the way. She reaches out her hand. Shake her hand. Maybe a trap. I gesture for her to stop pretending to be embarrassed. Oh, no. Shake her hand. I'm... Do I use my real name for this? Yeah, sure. Why not? That's fine. It's gonna be weird to see that. I'm Adam. Yeah. Anyway. Her grasp is confident, and shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. We don't need to smell its dung. Now there's one issue. The shoulder in the shirt also rises to his feet. We have no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something. No problem. I enjoy observing the stars. You walk through the gate, your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but they're bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle within a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquests in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. Okay, so if our horse dies, we die, basically. My only companion, I want it to feel at ease. I don't care how it feels, but I need it to be strong. No, I want it to feel at ease. Takes a few steps toward you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes it. Humans see useful animals, even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. But you know that horses need companionship. I speak to it gently and lead it to camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought many things. You lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions essential for your trade. So we could either do fighter, mage, or scholar. I want to learn about the three classes. As a fighter, you'll have an easier time in physical challenges thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. You'll be physically more capable than other classes, what opens unique opportunities during social interactions. The best class for RPG beginners. Fighter's weakness is the reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available if you've dropped to 0 health. Interesting. Mage uses Numa? Kind of like pneumonia? Anyway, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can't be spent to cast a few humble spells. Magic won't protect you better than a sharp axe, but as a mage you'll be able to heal faster while resting, detect magic in mysterious areas, distract a beast with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. Using the mage's powers too freely will result in you having no, Numa left when you need it the most. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but my reading skills are a mess. You'll notice that whenever I have to read anything, I always like skip over words that I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck that up, but you know, we'll get through that. The scholar will let you know more about this world's mysteries than, will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Your character will impress the locals with its knowledge, and you'll be able to read the sparse written clues without anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than other classes, but with enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemical mixtures that'll help you escape from many dangerous situations. So, fighter is basic fighter, man. Mage is, you know, you're not going to be doing anything super crazy, but it's utility magic. And then scholar is just knowledge. I want to be a scholar for the demo. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. The spare clothes are still here, just in case. Oh, open your inventory. Oh, we have an inventory. Cool. Take a look at the wooden bowl and mug. Your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. Let's see. Ooh. Rations and a fresh healing pot. We have some pouch with coins. Dragon bone coins. Interesting. We have a Gambleson. Alchemical ingredients, travel set, that, and we have an axe. A simple battle axe. Okay. I like how Q is to save. There we go. Quick save. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it feel any more exciting. I return to the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at a previously unused end of the table. You can sit down on a tree log. Join them and take a look at the meal. Thank them for the meal, but I don't want to eat with them. I sit down and ask Tully if she can tell me. Completely ignore the meal. No, we're gonna get the join them. It's cold gruel, the meal eaten in times of hardship. This specific bowl is filled with water, hog millet, and some strange-looking cereals, and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Road Wardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlement stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. When there is no laws to follow, use their own judgment, different responsibilities, and different lifestyles. Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality. You can find supply. Okay. So we get food. So, talk to Tulia. She's focused and carefully chooses her words. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. I'm afraid I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, 1 has run away in tears. We're also strangers in this land, answered her companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. The man leans forward, and his legs nervously shake. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you had originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands. Share what I consider relevant, or... Yeah, okay, share what I consider relevant. We're friendly. You tell the soldiers how little guidance you've received, since this area is too far away from Havalvian? Whatever. Havalavalabla? Okay. To keep it under control, you have warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses, or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Where should we start? What should I know about this peninsula? Any ideas what happened to the previous road warden? I've lost my rope. Could you spare one? What happened to the squad? How do you become lieutenant? We'll go with... Before I continue my journey, I need to ask the peninsula road warden and the rope. Peninsula. I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge. The lieutenant. Says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I guess it'd be 3-4 days? When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation? Why no ships can get here? You nod. The sea route allows Hovlavian officials to keep in touch with the coastal villages, collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast such as this one is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. He nods. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp. But when we trade into the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they're happy. When we travel to the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they're happy to trade and play dice. Why not just stay at one of these settlements? The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're to guard this road. The camp is our post, and well, he turns to Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Adam. But are you a devout soul? Oh, this is a pic from. Hold on. People should unite their strength to overcome threats of nature. That's the church. In years, I've supported a monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth. That's true. For me, the freedom of shell and soul are independent community. I have a strong connection to nature and spirits, or there's no evidence of the right's existence in all mystical tale. No, goddammit. A pagan. That's nature and spirit. That's like druidic. This is like personal freedom. Then we have like herbalism, artistry, and the expressions, and then we have generic like good and evil. I'm gonna go with the fellowship because I like that idea. Oh, I see. She hesitantly looks away. I don't know much about the rivers of faith, but I'm sure we're not that different. I'm a Unite myself, she says with a sort of pride in her voice. So she follows the United Church. The people here are disquieting. Every few words, she taps the table with her finger. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials. Here. She starts to draw lines with her index finger as she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads, like a big circle. In the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan. I don't think so. It even has a priest who claims to be an ermite? Like yourself. They do crazy shit. I don't know why I gave him Russian, but Rich Companion chimes in. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return there. I see. You've heard tales such as this one from when you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic, pagan traditions muddy their rivers of faith, or their river of faith. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind. Any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, tree ants, cats large and small, runners, howlers, wolves, spike boar, Moflin eaters, griffins. We managed to stay away. Some could catch up with, most mounts. Tulia glances at her companion. Though a palfrey should be fine. Should. The trees are so tall that flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting amongst themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them, and ride fast. Just count on luck. Were you able to speak with the necromancers? You can see why we're not eager to go there if we would avoid it, the lieutenant chuckles. Maybe they'll be more welcoming to a road warden. The roads are dangerous with little to no shelters. People need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Tulia nods. Pelt of the North is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeeper or the guards and ask them about the road. How about the east? She stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There were hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. That's all I need to know. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Let's see. Any ideas what happened to the previous road warden? Tulia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him in about half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirm that he had stopped by the camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of, he would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on his wax tablet of his. Yeah, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, Asterion. Asterion never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle, just a... He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anybody knows, they won't tell us. Maybe somebody's keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. Oh, goddammit, I keep mixing their voices. We haven't seen him, or his Surian? Surian? Something ate them, I bet. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer road wardens often use four-legged meat-eating saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message. Neither one of us had any insight on his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at Asterion stuff. Wait! She raises an open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has kids in a village near, Ovlavian. I was planning to take all his things there. A pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite the treasure. She glances at you. But I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. We are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us, tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Havlavian together. You think about your real mission. You were planning to return to Havlavian in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all of his possessions. True, but he's considered dead, and I doubt he'll spare you anything. Who knows? You may find his shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears a mail, uses a spear mostly, maybe 5 feet, but stout. Long red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but he adds nothing. She sits down and stretches out her legs. So, find out what happened to him, dead or alive, then just let me know. We have a journal for quests. Nice. I lost my rope. Could you spare me one? You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down in her chair. Take it. I was planning on leaving it behind. Take a closer look. Fine rope. Rope made of hemp fibers. We could offer food. We could either buy it for free, or we could offer some food. They're just gonna give it to us, and we need the food, so I'm just gonna take it. We can't be nice in that regard. What happened to your squad? The man shrugs. Bandits happened. Oh, now I'm doing duh. Duh! This is not his voice. Duh! Bandits happened. Monsters. A strong band, though. His companion chirps in. Or chipes in. Yeah, chirps. I can't read. When we got to this peninsula in the spring, we saw some people living in this camp. The lieutenant decided to avoid it and look for an inn. We had to travel through the night for a bit. The bearded soldier scoffs and crosses his arms, but she carries on. If he had decided otherwise, we all would have died that day. The innkeeper explained that the camp is a trap, and the armed ones pretend to be soldiers. Stay there at the night, lose everything you have. Sounds like slave hunters. Talia sighs. Very much so. They killed some, took others away. Who knows where. They were letting the northerners go, hoping to avoid their wrath. Kind of worked, added the soldier. We asked them for help, but they refused. We had to clear the entire camp on our own. And that's where 3 of our people died. Don't exaggerate, it's not like the lieutenant didn't make a mistake. He wanted to get rid of them and take over the camp, but we didn't know our enemy well enough. We were outnumbered, and they had an ice mage among them. She looks at you. At least we cleared the road and saved lives. You mentioned monsters as well? Nothing that would surprise you. Those of us who survived the skirmish were young, too inexperienced to spend a summer in this place without a good leader, and they didn't trust me. One of them got caught by a treant. Another one ignored my orders to perform some sort of ritual hunt, so a werebear tore her to pieces. The last one tried to act tough. Didn't tell us that he'd cut his hand while cleaning his gamble sim. We had to cut it off, and he was so ashamed he decided to walk north and find a new life, disappear. Idiot. What a colorful journey. The man tries to drink from his mug, but it's empty. You've made this place safer. Barely. He seems tired. Who knows if it was worth the lives or the effort. And then Tulia, we already know how she became lieutenant. She kind of just inherited it. What was your squad's mission? Lieutenant looks you in the eyes. You know, the usual. Making the road safe, keeping people alive. I explained that it may be important for me to know what they've tried to accomplish. I can't really tell you. Let's just say it would be nice to have a reliable outpost somewhere nearby. A place where you can always find a group of fighters willing to protect you in the name of the law. She tilts her head back. Now, if you have any other questions... Anything I should know about this camp? The story is brief. Some merchants built the camp and have an extra stop for mules and donkeys. Just between the inn and the southern villages, there's plenty of grass here and a pond nearby. When the peninsula grew more dangerous, the camp stood abandoned, from time to time serving as a shelter for travelers. The bandits came here in spring, further paralyzing the exchanges of information between the northern and southern settlements. Since these highwaymen are no more, the situation may reverse. Time will tell. You can sleep here whenever you want, or whenever you want, the man concludes their tale, though don't expect to wake up without a pain in your back. And then, last, I guess we can just ask for the sake of it. How did you become lieutenant? That's not much of a story, honestly. She looks at her hand, which is currently rolling a mug over the table. In the city, there's a strict order of, what should I call it? Exchanges looks with her companion, but he can't help her. Well, leadership succession, I guess. Pavlovian chief selects commanders, those select lieutenants, and those put their soldiers in order of a priority. If a lieutenant dies, they get replaced by the next soldier in line. So you were his successor. Not exactly. When we fought the bandits, our lieutenant was hit by a slingshot. His boyfriend... Oh. Okay, that's a progressive note, I guess. But anyway, his boyfriend jumped to help him, but failed to protect either of them from a spell. It was like a ball of ice that hung above them and exploded, piercing their heads, completely avoiding their shields. Really unpleasant. He pauses. And let me see. Jumping the... And you were the third one in line? Basically, yeah. I don't plan to become a leader, though. I'll get demoted once we return to the city, and I prefer to follow anyway. I know everything I need. You sure? Says the bearded man. We may not be around the next time you come here. We should prepare for the night anyway. I agree. And may you do better than Asterion did. Stay vigilant. She winks at you, shattering the mask of a soldier. In the archive to reread the most recent text. Quick save. Thank you for your help. Stay tidy to have a better chance to influence others. Interesting. You go to the barrel and splash water on your face. What makes you even more aware of how much you need a bath. After the night, it'll only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down. Prepare for my watch. So far, I'm really digging this. I like the writing. I just want to comment that the writing is really good. And we're only in the demo. Like, we're not even through with the initial demo, and we're 30 minutes in, you know what I mean? It's really meaty, and I love being able to dig into it. My voice is getting a little sore, because I'm not used to speaking this much. But, you know, I love this. It's really nice. We'll continue to the end of the, like, to when we start our shift, and then I think I'll stop there, just for the sake of it. I don't know how long that is, but, you know. Soldier in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade, probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were-elk that keeps smelling the wall, though it's never really tried to get in. He points at the gate. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. And if someone is being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. He scratches his head. If you get cold, feel free to make a fire, and the best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket there or something. The watchtower. He gives you a long, puzzled look. Oh, here! He points at the pile of crates. Just climb up to the tallest one. You have a great view of the northern side, and the more dangerous side. And also, I know you're tired after all that riding. He points to a tent on the other side of the camp. I can handle a couple of hours sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and rest. Just this once. At least I have a pallet inside. Thanks a lot. Oh shit, that's great visual. Okay, well, I guess we'll keep it a little bit more. Oh, sorry. You put a blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. The night is warm, the sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. From time to time, your back aches. You force yourself to keep your eyes open. The light of the moon helps you focus on the tall grasses. For most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, the three-horned deers trying to challenge one another. Before they crash their antlers, a two-legged dragonling appears, leading it to its much smaller offspring. Well, I can't read. The furry beasts try to... Oh, jeez. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides slowly walk away, not willing to risk the fight nor admit their defeat. Keep looking around. You hear the deaf screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. Runners are chasing a gray hare. A group of musk oxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves for sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. Thankfully, you never have to intervene, so you just sit there, watching the not-so-distant forest, trying to outlast your sleepiness. You can only guess how much time has passed. Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent, waking the bearded man with just a couple of words. You confirm that nothing important has happened. Gather my things and squeeze into a tent. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the pallet, and cover myself with the cloak. Sleeping in a tent is not the stuff of dreams, but it's a much welcomed rest. The pallet keeps the cold soil away. The moonlight saves the outside world from the... The moonlight saves the outside world from the eerie gloom. You listen to your own breath and find a comfortable position. Your job starts tomorrow. I focus on the real goal of my journey. The Merchant Guild wants you to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Havlavian officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers, or be a threat to the priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? At least I have time. 40 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Hovlavian. There, you'll report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. Gather some extra coins so I can help someone I care about. I need to gather extra coins so I can retire early. I need to gather connections among the local leaders. I need to remember the soul who brought peace and order. I want to help people. Make the region safer to locals and newcomers alike. I just want to help people, yeah. Cool. 1 sec. Your half-asleep senses are catching the sounds of the wild forest. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious, though the pleasant, humid late summer air slowly evens it out. You're thinking about your goal. But you need to... Oh, you can't... Yeah, okay. But you need to gather your strength. All I can do now is rest. Sleep. You can spend the night in a borrowed... You can spend the night in a borrowed tent. Nothing special, but it'll protect you from the wind and rain, but not the ground. And the ground won't be hard nor painfully cold. So I'll lose half my food and a cleanliness, but I don't gain any. Okay, I see. Is there anything I can do there? No. Okay, well, I guess we're going to stop this here, because this is going to take 9 years and my throat's starting to hurt me. Overall, holy shit, this is really nice and well written. I like the the lore, I mean, there's a little cumbersome with the and there's a dragon doing dragon things, but I like the one thing that you can tell in this guy's writing style is that there's a lot of descriptors. So having played a lot of D&D in my time, descriptors are like the best thing you could ever use for getting people to fill in the blanks of their mind. You know what I mean? Where, I mean, yes, it's by technical definition how you do it, but moreover, he uses descriptors both enough and not too much in order to let me fill in blanks. So, like, let's say the field, I can picture this wide opened area with just tons of wildlife and creatures that's completely dead and nice summer air. Like, you can picture that. And I think that's a very hard niche to ride between is I can picture everything that's happening just fine. Normally with visual novels, at least like this, I usually think that it's either too much or too little. I think this is a nice balance, and that's a mark of quality. Plus the tertiary mechanics, I think those are going to be interesting in the full game, but I'm going to find that out myself, mainly so I don't have to read everything out loud. But yeah, my name is Archer. Well, I guess Adam as well. Uh, if you enjoyed, subscribe. If you didn't, whatever. And I will see you next time. And remember, don't become a road warden. It sucks. Road wardens we don't even get anything for pay. It's awful. Yeah. Anyway, goodbye.